Hey Refreshers, Nicole Lauren, Home Refreshing Styles. So I am so excited. I have had this thought to do a video on this, and I feel like so many people need to hear about it. And it is gonna be about the question, and I want you to ask yourself this. Do you set yourself up for failure? I know you weren't expecting that, right? Like, do I set myself up for failure? Like, no, who wants to set themselves up for failure? But you're gonna wanna stay tuned to the end of this video because I am going to go through how I know you're setting yourself up for failure. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna talk about how to change that and set yourself up for success. And bonus, this is the first video that I'm gonna be doing, and it's going to be a trend in all of my videos now. You're gonna wanna stay tuned to the end of my videos because I am gonna be sharing something fun or exciting or crazy or embarrassing or my hot mom mess life or something that you guys have asked me. So I've had a few people message me a lot of personal questions, and you guys just want to get to know me. So it is going to be my goal in 2021 to get to know all of you so much more. So if you guys have a question that you would like to ask me, whether it's about organizing, decluttering, hot mess mom life, or just something funny that you want to ask me or whatever it is, I want you to drop your question in the comment, and in the next video that I do, be patient because as I get more, it's going to be in the next. But I'm going to be doing like answering your questions at the end of the videos. So I'm super excited to be doing that. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the videos to check that information out. It's going to be something I just share, or it's going to be an answer to one of your questions if it's appropriate. So I can't wait for that. So topic, right? Do you set yourself up for failure? So I got this journal. It was in one of my videos, Take Time to Grow, and I'm obsessive. I get these thoughts, whether I wake up from a dream or I'm daydreaming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to talk about that, or oh my gosh, like that's on my heart today. And I just noticed that there was a trend as I was writing. I have a couple of notes. I kept going back to how I do certain things in my life, in my personal life, as a mom, as a business owner. I do these things that set myself up for failure every time. And I'm like, I catch myself, and now I've actually learned the secret to not doing those things and being successful, which I'll share with you at the end. But like, we all do it. And I don't know if you've caught yourself. And I want to go over these few things that I have caught myself doing because I know you're doing them. And guys, it's a simple mind switch. And that means the difference between failure and success. It is literally that easy because the power is in our mind. Like, the power is in our mind all the time because our thoughts control us. And if we let them control us in the wrong way, we're going to fail every single time. So the first topic that I wanted to go over, and I have some notes on this one because I could go on for 5 hours, so I have to stay on track, is we care about what other people think, even though we say we don't. Even if I've done videos on this before, like I've done videos about, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm not gonna care what anybody thinks. And then I always backtrack and I'm like, I do care what other people think. And this is how you are doing that as well. And this is how you can change it. So we want to say and we want to believe that we don't care what anybody else thinks about us, right? Like, we are our own person. We are unique. We are going to do us. We are going to wake up every day and not care about what they say, not care about what the other mom next to us says. But that is a process and that is a journey. We don't just wake up. We are wired to actually care what other people think. We are human, and the way our society is with comparison and with, images out there of what we're supposed to be, the type of person we're supposed to look like, the things we're supposed to say, the statue of money, like, how much income we're supposed to make, like the white picket fence, right? Like, there's so many things out there that make us self-conscious of it, and we do care what other people think. So for me, I think that if I could be brutally honest with you guys, I think I do care what people think. And the correct phrase is I'm learning to not care what other people think because it's a journey. It's a journey. I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's a complete journey because, I care if people watch my videos. I care if people like me. I care if people think I'm funny. I care if people hire me. I care. We care about what people think. And the word care is interesting, right? Like, I care about that. So when I say I care if people like me, that means it's something that I'm working towards. That means it's something that I want people to care and to like and to be gravitated towards me and be influenced by me and be motivated by me, right? Like I care. So it could be a good thing if you look at it in a different way. Like I want to succeed and I want to live a certain way because I care what people think of me. If we don't care what people think, we might not be motivated. I think the wrong thing we do with that is we don't just care what people think, we take it to heart and we get down on ourselves, and that's what can mess with our brains, right? So, if someone hates you or if someone doesn't like who you are, and you say, I don't care what they think about me, that means you're not letting that personally get in your heart. You're not letting it personally get in your mind and like change you, right? And like, make you an angry, cruel person. But I think it's okay a little bit to care that people like you and to be motivated to be better so that you can care about what other people think of you. But we don't do it like that. We care too much about what other people think that we let them stop us in our goals and we let them change the direction of our life. Do I need to say it again? Like we let people dictate our lives. We care too much about what they think that we don't keep going with ourselves. We're like, oh my gosh, they didn't like that. Or, oh my gosh, they said I couldn't do it. Or, oh my gosh, and we stop what we're doing. That's the difference is you can't stop what you're doing. Because if you worry about what everyone's going to think to that extent, you are going to fail every single time. So I'm going to ask you, do you care what people think or do you care what people think? Like I care if they like me and I work hard every single day, but like I don't go cry if they hate me. I used to want the world to love me. I used to want everyone's approval. And when you live like that, you set yourself up for failure every single time. The other thing that you set yourself up for failure, and I don't even think you know if you're doing it, is comparison. Comparison will kill your joy and steal it every single time. Comparison. We compare ourselves to the girl next door. We compare ourselves to the person on TV. We compare ourselves. And here's the thing, guys. This is where comparison can mess with you. And this is where I've struggled in the past. And I catch myself sometimes. I still catch myself sometimes. I set myself up for failure with comparison. Someone is already doing what you're doing. So if your goal is to open a yoga studio because yoga is your passion and you are good at it and you've got, a personality and you've got people that will come and you've got business ethics and you are going to open a yoga studio, right? Do you know how many yoga studios there are? Stay with me. You are going to open up a business taking care of dogs, training dogs. There's so many people who do that. Your dream is unique because you're doing it and you're going to put your spin on it, but someone's already done it. Someone's written a book. Someone sang the song. Someone has an organizing company. Someone already has a TV show doing an organizing company. Somebody already has a YouTube channel doing fun tips and tricks on, doing something in your car, or someone's already done it, right? Like, we live in a crazy world where there's so many different and unique personalities and there's so many things in this world that we all love and are interested in. But when you go to open something, someone's already done it, right? Like someone shares your same dream. If you want to get your house cleaned, you don't have one option. You have 100 options, right? There's 100 different cleaning companies in your area. You are going to go to the cleaning company that fits your interests. And we're all interested in different things. Their logo might stand out to you, or their colors, or their motto, or their personality because you know them, or their work ethic. There's something that gravitates each and every one of us who has unique visions and unique wants to a certain person and to a certain company and to something, right? So why are we sitting here thinking that we can't do something because someone's already done it and we compare ourselves? I caught myself in this. I caught myself thinking like, oh my goodness, do you know how many organizers are out there? Like there's a lot of organizers. There's amazing YouTubers out there who do similar things that I do. They help people organize and declutter their lives and their homes. And there's vloggers out there who are amazing. I follow so many moms out there, and I love them. I follow them because I'm interested, and I have fallen in love with their unique personality and their unique videos and the way that they do it. So I follow them, and they inspire me, right? They might not inspire you. I might not inspire you. The thing is when we compare, right? And I thought about this the other day, and I caught myself doing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I caught myself spiraling about. Are you ready? It's so silly, right? Nicole, you're sitting here in your little book, writing down all of your inspiration and your topics of what you're going to talk about over the next few months, because I'm starting to plan my calendar. Like, I'm thinking about everything that I want to talk about. Well, someone's already talked about that. Someone's already done that. Look at this other organizer. She's already like 12 steps ahead of you, and she's already doing that. She's already doing that. She's already got a show. Like, she's already where you want to be. And it started to kill my joy. And that thought was not going to take me on the path to success. That was me setting myself up for failure. Absolute failure. I was sabotaging myself. Yes, she's already done it amazingly. I follow her. I love her. She inspires me. She's got her own set of fans. She's got her own community of people that follow her and love her, right? Like, she's got that already. And I have my own personality. I have my own ideas. I have my own following. I have my own visions. People will gravitate towards me just because of the girl ahead of you. There's always going to be someone ahead of you, guys. There's always someone ahead of you. The person ahead of you already did something does not mean that you don't get to do that. No, like, absolutely not. It means that you get to do it in your own way. But if you're like me, and if you're honest with yourself, you compare yourself. You compare yourself to the mom next door. You compare yourself that you're not good enough, that she can volunteer in the school and you can't, that you don't have time. We compare ourselves to, as a business owner, we compare ourselves to people who are already 20 steps ahead because they started 20 years before us. It takes time. And I am so passionate about talking to new business owners and people on their own journey, because when people see where I'm at, and I have so much further to go, people see where I'm at, they get intimidated and they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be like you. You can. Just don't stop, right? Like, you can. And it's crazy, and it's like a reality shock when I got a message last week from a woman, and she said, oh my gosh, I aspire to be where you're at. And here I am aspiring to be where someone else is at, because they've been doing it for 20 years longer than I have, and they already have a show, and they already have a following, and they already have this audience. She started somewhere, right? Like, she didn't start there. None of us start there. So why do we set ourselves up for failure and comparing ourselves every single time? I don't know. I have another topic. Comparison. Oh, trying to please everyone else. Everyone else. I am trying to please everyone else but myself. So are you guys like me and you have this crazy idea, right? Like, oh my gosh, I am going to do this. And you literally let other people's reactions dictate if you should do it or not. Like, I don't even understand. I do it. I've done it. I try to please her. I try to please him. I try to please everyone else but myself. And guys, that's going to be a race that you're never going to win. You are never going to please anyone. You're never going to please them all. And even if people are happy for you, people are not going to be truly happy for you until you like do it. And I don't mean just do it. I mean like do it. Like all of your dreams and goals that are in your head, you have a circle of people that are supportive of you, and that is super important to always have. But the world, your world, whether that's your family or that's your friends or that's actually the world, no one is going to support you fully in this until you've done it. I actually follow one of my favorite people in this world to listen to and to fill my cup up is Rachel Hollis. And she had done, I listened to a podcast about her that she did the other day, and she said that no one supported her until she actually published her book and it took off. And that took a decade. And I was like, wow, like I aspire to be like this woman. Like Rachel Hollis she's got it. She is amazing to listen to. She is so inspiring and I can listen to her all day long. And to hear that it took a decade for her to get success and that no one believed she can do it until she did it, right? Like, so stop trying to please people who are never going to be pleased. I'm going to say it again. Stop trying to please people that are never going to be pleased. You got to please yourself, because if you are in this race to get everyone else's approval, you're setting yourself up for failing, and you're failing every single time. You're failing every single time. You're never going to please those people. And even your biggest supporters, the people that believe in you, they don't truly get your dream. Like when I sit there and I dream, like I dream. And I have so many big visions and so many big goals of where I want to go. And I don't think everyone would understand that. I don't think everyone would think that I can realistically reach them. But I'm going to for myself, because I don't, I catch myself setting myself up for failure. I catch myself. So how do you set yourself up for success, right? That's what we all want to know. How do we set ourselves up for success? If we do all of these things daily, it's a mental game. It's a race, right? It's a race for ourselves that we're in this. We're doing this. How do we change those thoughts, and how do we set ourselves up for success every time? You have to do things different. You have to dream it, and you have to do it. And I'm going to do a full video on this part of it. But here's the secret. Dream it and do it. And I know that sounds super simple and like super vague. Like, what are the details? You will figure out the details along the way. If you have the dream it, and then just do it. Do it not ready. Do it with no supporters. Do it with no knowledge. Just do it. I have a YouTube video out there about how I started my business, and I literally just did it. And you have to be willing to learn and make mistakes and be better along the way. But guys, is your dream worth it to you is the question, because it's not going to come easy. I ask, is your dream worth it? Because you're going to compare yourself to the people who are 10 steps ahead of you. You're not going to get everyone's support. No one's going to believe in you until you actually do it. So you have to believe in yourself. Like, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to get up every day and look at the videos that are already done and see the people ahead of you that are already doing it, and know that you can bring something new to the table. You can bring something different to the table, and you can do it. Don't say I'm going to do it better than them. I'm going to be better than myself every day. Because the reason why there can be 100 cleaning companies is because there's 100 different people out there who need 100 different things, because they're different, right? We all gravitate towards different things. So you're going to bring something new to the table. I know for me, all the organizers that I follow are amazing, but they're not me. We all have unique things. I would love one day to sit around a table with all of them, because we all have different tips and tricks. We all have different personalities. We all have different expressions and how we do our videos and energy, and that is what is amazing, and that is where collaboration comes in, and that is where success happens. Like, there's so much more I could talk about, but to stop setting yourself up for failure and start setting yourself up for success, you need to dream it and do it. Stop comparing, stop judging yourself, and just do it. Like, do it before you're ready, and do it like with your eyes closed, and like jump. Like, close your eyes and jump. And that is how I want you to do it. And that is the secret to success, is, being able to channel all those thoughts and those bad energies that I just talked about, and staying focused. And it is freaking hard. I am not going to sit here and tell you that I have not set myself up for success and then dipped into the failure that I spoke about. There's been days when I'm comparing myself to her. Like, she's already doing this. What am I doing? Or is anyone going to support me in this? Are they going to like me? We have those thoughts. We are human. And it is in our nature to, compare and to think about those things and to care what other people think. It's just how you control those emotions and how you control those thoughts when they come in, because they're going to come in. They're going to come in every single time. So my secret to you to set yourself up for success is every single day, keep dreaming it and keep doing it. I suggest having a journal. And this is something that I'm slowly moving to digitally with everything, but I always keep a journal with me, because if I have thoughts or if I have an idea or a topic or something, that's what keeps me inspired and that's what keeps me focused, because there's a world out there of people who've already done it and people who are already shining and succeeding. And there is no reason why you can't be at the top and shining with them. And it's not competition. You know, once you find the like people, think about, instead of competing with them, if you collaborated with them. Think about, you know, there's a group of organizers that I follow that they're not in competition with each other. They're collaborating. They are doing videos together. Like, yes, that is what it's about. That is what it's about. So why am I waking up one morning and setting myself up for failure and saying, well, she's already done it, I can't do it? No, that's not how you're going to make it to the top. That's not how you're going to make it. Dream it and do it. And you're going to set yourself up for success every single time. Every time. I'm going to do a video next week on my next vlog about how to be successful and what the steps are to dreaming it and doing it. And I'll get a little bit more detailed into that. But I hope that that helps you refocus today. I hope that that helps you. If you've been waking up every single day and you're like, oh my gosh, Nicole is right. I have been setting myself for failure every time. I literally just want you to stop those thoughts, and I want you to dream it and I want you to do it. And when you get those comparison thoughts, when you get those worries about what people are thinking, switch the way you're thinking of it and make it productive. I care what they're thinking. Oh my gosh, I can't do that. No, I'm going to be a little bit better for myself. I care that people love me. You know, not making it a negative thing, not making it to where it's like detrimental to yourself and you're harming your thoughts, because that's what we're doing. And we're tearing ourselves down, and we need to stop doing that. So dream it and do it. That's my preach for you today. So I probably should have prepared this, right? Like, what am I going to talk about? That's fun and exciting. So I actually have gotten asked this question over and over and over again. And I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share my answer. So I have two boys. I have two sons, Nico and Alec. They are 15 and 11. No, he's 12. He just turned 12 yesterday. Oh my gosh. Excuse me while I cry. 15 and 12 boys, okay? I'm gonna stress boys, because people ask me all the time if my house is always perfect and if my kids are like these little organizing freaks, like running around, and that, you know, you walk in Miss Nicole Lauren, Home Fresh and Styles house, and everything is perfect. I'm gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you, before I turned my camera on, I had to clean up what was on the couch. So I am a crazy mom, just like all of you. I'm trying to keep up with life, right? Like, I have all these calendars you guys hear me preach about, and I'm like, okay, like, where am I going today? What tiny human do I have to pick up? What field are we going to? What time is the game? I have showed up at the wrong field. I have showed up late. Like, I am racing the clock 24/7. It is literally every day. It's my everyday life, right? But my answer to your question is absolutely not. And I'm going to do some videos about this, because I literally laugh when I get asked that. Like, I have boys. Okay, this is why I preach putting systems in place in your house that work, right? Because my kids are not like freaking neat freaks, okay? They are not. They're boys. They're teens, preteens. They have friends over. Sometimes I go in their room and I'm like, excuse me, this looks like a frat house. Like, what is actually happening in here? We have a sink that your dishes go in. We wake up and make our beds. That means, like, you know, you fold the blanket over the sheet and you put the pillow back. It's not on the floor. You have this thing called a laundry basket, right? Like, a laundry basket is a thing that when you take off your clothing, you put it in there when they're dirty, and then it goes in the wash. Let's talk about the washing machine. This is how you turn it on. This is how we wash our clothes, so we have clean clothes. This is what we call the dishwasher that we put our cups in, that we wash, right? Like, I don't have 2-year-olds, guys. Like, it's a constant battle. If you have boys, if you have teens, you know what I'm talking about. So absolutely not. My kids are not perfect. Have I taught my kids systems that I would like to remind them to keep in place? Of course. I have taught my kids how to color code their clothes. One of them does it, and I think he actually enjoys it, even though he won't like acknowledge it. But my other one, absolutely not. He looks at me like I'm crazy, and he's the one that's like, bro. Like, he literally was like, bro, like, I'm not organizing my clothes. So I pick my battles, and I'm just happy if there's not a mound of clean clothes for 2 weeks on the chair in his room. So no, no, I'm a mama of 2 boys, and I teach them these things. I teach them systems. We have certain baskets, we have certain hangers, we have certain systems. So when we play catch up in our crazy life, we can. And you know what? At the end of the day, if one of my kid color codes his clothes and the other doesn't, like, at least with the one kid, they're not on the chair for 2 weeks. We're working on that, right? So no, my kids are not perfectionists. I am actually not even a perfectionist. So I will go into more detail in another video and talk to you about that. But keep the questions coming. Get to know your girl. I want to get to know each and every one of you. So if you can drop in the comments, what is something that I either mentioned or that I have not mentioned that you have been setting yourself up for failure and how you are going to change it today from this video. I would love to hear from you guys. You guys can follow me on my journey and get more tips and tricks. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you loved hearing all this information and inspiration, and if you'd like to hear more and get to know your girl, I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button and join me on my journey of my channel. And I literally am so excited to get to know all of you in this new year, and I hope you guys are inspired. Drop in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon. I love you.